Are you a first-time home buyer in the city of Calgary? Then this is a video for you. With inventory on the rise and prices starting to balance, there's never been a better time to get into the market. Hi everybody, my name is Brad Gagne. I'm a Calgary Realtor, and in this video we're going to break down some of the things you need to know if you're a first-time home buyer and the steps you need to take to get into a house in the city of Calgary today. All right, so the first question, and I get asked often a lot, is why should I buy now? Well, there's a couple things happening that make it a really good time for home buyers, especially first-time home buyers, is we have seen the inventory levels of houses available for sale go up. It has been very low for a long time, and as we get more and more houses for sale, there is less competition for each individual home, and that will help to stabilize the prices a bit as it gets rid of bidding wars on the very limited amount of homes for sale. Calgary has also seen a really big spike in new home builds, which is helping to alleviate some of the pressure on the resale market. The other thing too is Calgary still remains relatively affordable for homes compared to other major cities. I have done videos in the past, and a simple Google search will show anybody that homes in Toronto and Vancouver and some of the other major cities are very, very expensive. You're looking at detached homes being well over $1 million in average, whereas in Calgary, we are still under $600,000 for the average price of a detached home. But why buy now? Prices will continue to go up. Real estate always increases in value. We do sometimes see a little dip in the market, but traditionally, houses will continue to go up in value. It is never a bad time to buy a home. All right, so the biggest question I get from first-time home buyers, and often one of the biggest things preventing people from buying their first home, is how much do I need to actually purchase my first house? So let's do a scenario with a $500,000 home. As a first-time home buyer, and in some cases people who already own homes, you only require 5% down. So on that $500,000 home, you will require a $25,000 down payment. There are other costs associated. One of the more expensive closing costs is your lawyer. You're also going to want to do things like home inspections and anything else you may think you require in order to make sure that this home is going to be perfect for you. And those closing costs will usually work out from anywhere from about 1.5% to 3% of the total cost of the home. So you want to make sure you have that 5% down, and you also want to make sure you have enough saved that you can afford your lawyer, your home inspectors, and anything else that you might need to get done to the house to make it move in ready. So the most important thing you can do as a first-time home buyer is get that pre-approval. You do not want to shop for a home until you know what you can afford. There's nothing worse, and I've had it happen. You fall in love with a house, you go through all the process to buy that home, and then you find out on the closing day that you've been rejected for financing, and your heart is broken, and it just ruins the shopping experience. So make sure you talk to a mortgage broker, you get that pre-approval letter, and you find out how much you can afford. I work with some of the best mortgage brokers in the province, so if you don't have one yet, DM me and I can get you the contact information that will get you started on the home purchasing process. And let's talk about my community choices that I think are best for first-time home buyers, or really any home buyers in general, in the southeast part of Calgary. So we're going to start with Seton. Seton's a fairly new, still under development community, but what it has is a lot of affordable homes, from detached, duplex, row houses, and condos, and it has a very active nightlife. It's really trying to appeal to people who are working at that South Health campus, so the nurses, young doctors, all those kind of people. So it's perfect for young professionals, maybe just finished school, people without kids. But if you do have children and you want the privacy, it does have bigger detached homes with big private backyards. My next community, we're going to go just across the street, and that's Auburn Bay. So again, has all the awesome features of Seton, that great retail and restaurant area, but a little bit bigger homes, still very affordable, still has the condos, row houses, and duplexes, but now we are getting access to Auburn Lake. It's got a great clubhouse and lots of activities to do in the winter and summertime on the lake and all the walking paths. Okay, if we keep heading just a little bit up 52nd Street, we're going to get into Mackenzie Town, which I also include New Brighton, Copperfield, and all the other little areas that all kind of border Mackenzie Town. And just like Seton, it is a really up and coming community, lots of little shops, restaurants, bars, and pubs, great for people of all ages. And again, a house that will fit every budget, whether you're looking at getting into a 1-bedroom condo, all the way up to those bigger homes with private fenced backyards. And then last, I would recommend Mahogany. It is my favorite community in Calgary. I've got a video on my channel just about Mahogany itself. Now, it does have a reputation of being one of the more expensive communities in the city, and it does have those big multi-million-dollar homes, but it has something that will fit every budget, especially when you get down in and around the retail area, down around Westman Village. You have all the restaurants, all the bars, great steakhouse, there's a jazz club, all that kind of stuff. And it still has condos, townhouses, duplexes, those smaller starter homes that you can definitely get into as a first-time home buyer. And again, just like Auburn Bay, you have access to the largest community lake in Calgary at 60 acres and tons of walking and biking paths for those people who want the convenience of a city but still want to feel like they have a little bit of a quieter getaway in the evenings when they're done work. Buying your first home does not have to be overwhelming, and even if you've already bought a home before, selling, upgrading, downsizing, whatever it is, does not have to be super stressful. So if you are considering buying your first home, making a move, make sure you DM me. My contact information is in the description below. I would love to have a chat, help you out, and get you started on the path to home ownership.